Hey, howdy.
What was that?
I don't know.
Bless you, my people.
Yeah. Welcome in, everybody. Now I wish I had some Irish whiskey or something.
How about some Irish water?
I wish. I can't wait for that to come in the mail. Snickerdoodle picked up some at Walmart today,
Mm-hmm.
and she got fake Snickerdoodle flavor. It said Florida man.
Oh, I have that too.
So
Florida Man Citrus Orange.
yes, um, she said she got one, and I like it so far.
There you go.
Um,
I was busy all day.
yeah,
Hi,
I
Wendy.
had. Wendy said that music got my dog barking. So, let's welcome in everybody, Steve.
All right.
We'll get that done. Welcome in Stacy Rogers, Nicole, Happy's Haunt, Kenneth H, Marin Memphis, dear Davy Burnfeld, Aria. Welcome in. Good to see you. Stacy, I got. Um, let's scroll on down. Jan S. Disney, good evening. Welcome in. Wendy B, hello, hello. Scrolling some more. Jennifer White, good evening. Main Street Nick, good to see you, Nick. Hope you're doing well. And there she is, the lovely, the beautiful, the talented, the Circle Water Refreshed, the real and true Snickerdoodle,
Me?
the, the Rapunzel to my Flynn,
Like where?
the Eve to my Wally, the Jasmine to my Aladdin, the April, the Leslie Nope to my Ben Wyatt.
Okay.
Angela Minter, good evening, dear.
Hello to Angela.
Robert Dixon, good evening, welcome in. Let's see, I gotta scroll on down now. Main Street Nick, got you. Wow, a lot of people come in when I do that. IB Rebecca, welcome in. Krista, Joseph Cardello, good to see you. Jeep and Joy, what's up, Joy? Hello, neighbor. Jennifer White, I got, welcome in.
I do need a musical intro, Kenneth.
Huh?
I said, Kenneth, tell Kenneth I do need a musical intro.
You do, yeah. I think we got everybody.
All right.
Yeah. The Curtis family. I missed you. Sorry.
Yep.
Howdy. Howdy, howdy. Well, it is book club time.
It is indeed.
Hopefully we get a little unconfused this time, because we left last time slightly confused.
Yeah. Yeah.
Move me and Nick. What's up, Nick? Howdy, howdy.
That's right. It's all choppy, all over the place.
It was. So this book has been kind of here and there and here and there, and then we jump to a completely different.
And there and back again, not in the Hobbit good way.
Right. So we've discovered that Aurora is like in a dream.
I don't know what's going on.
While she's actually still asleep, and everybody is asleep apparently.
By the fairies.
But the fairies.
I mean, the fairies put everybody else to sleep.
True. And Maleficent is killing people in the dream to get more power. Yep. And those people that she kills in the dream die in the real world. And then Aurora escaped the castle and got to the forest. And she started getting her memories back. And then she ran into Prince Philip. And
then somewhere in the middle of the book, they told us the real story of.
And then, yeah. And then we're left there in the forest with Prince Philip. And then we got the Once Upon a Time as it really was told by the prince. And it was just the original story of the Sleeping Beauty. So we're completely confused. Where he kissed her, she woke up, everybody lived happily ever after.
And then she was back in the dream again.
And now we're back here. So I don't know. I'm not sure where we're going from here.
We're going to keep reading, though.
We're not going to stop. Amy said, I'm already a confused person. I don't need to be any further confused reading a fairy. Well, you are. Welcome to the club. So,
yep.
Tonight we are on chapter 14.
I don't know.
Which is denouement or denouement.
Denouement.
Exactly.
I had it. Denouement.
Denouement.
It's French.
There we go. That's it. We'll go with that.
I speak fluent French.
I'm glad you do.
As told by Wee Wee.
Wee Wee.
All right, you ready to jump into it?
I'm ready to jump into it because Steve wants to puzzle and I want to Lego. So
I want to puzzle. I had a long day. Go ahead, carry on.
Yeah. So here we go.
A long day.
Here we go. But that last bit didn't happen, Aurora Rose said thoughtfully. No, Prince Philip sighed, but it should have. So wait, maybe he told her the story. So somehow, instead of waking me up, you got sucked into my this. She indicated the world around her with a vague wave of her hand. I guess Maleficent was more powerful than anyone thought. Her soul didn't die when I killed her. It went into hiding, into you somehow. Aurora Rose shivered. The boy next to her had no idea how correct emotionally and metaphorically he was. I loved her, she said. Good God. He replied. For the first time, his eyes weren't focused on her. They were focused inward and saw something that must not have been a fairy tale dragon. Something monstrous from the pits of hell. Something that he never ever wanted to see again. And so she told him her version of the story, which didn't involve Philip at all, which might have been why she had trouble remembering him clearly. Good Lord, Philip swore again at the end of it. That is one of the most terrible things I've ever heard. You were all stuck inside that nightmare castle, believing it was the end of the world and you were the last survivors? It was kind of brutal now that I think about it, but we had food and parties. Oh, that sounds stupid. Philip frowned. But if she controls the dream, why not have the entire world be like that? Like actually utterly destroyed? Why have a place that for you to escape to? I don't know. Why would an evil fairy respond to not being invited to a party by cursing the baby it was for? Aurora Rose said wryly. None of this makes any sense. I don't think I'll ever understand what a normal life is like, with two parents and no magic and one version of reality. You know, now that I actually think about it, it does seem a bit extreme, cursing a baby and all, Philip said, nodding. Then he began to smile goofily. What? Aurora Rose asked, suspicious. I'm inside your head. I didn't know your name before, and now I'm inside your head. He could barely contain his grin. Huh? It was true, and it was a very strange thought that led to a whole passel of other strange thoughts. So all the other people in the castle, they're all real people inside my head. She put her hand to her head. It suddenly felt much heavier, even though she knew she was imagining it. Are you sure? Philip asked. He pointed at the castle. Like, those thorns aren't in the real world. I mean, there are thorns all over the castle, but they're normal and tiny and have flowers. And I can tell you from experience, the land around here looks all screwed up. There should be a whole little village right over there and a crossroads over there. And the forest should begin much further away. It's all fields and farms for several miles around. So much, so maybe the other people aren't all real. Maybe they're characters made up in your dream. I mean, you could possibly have known all the real people in the castle because you grew up in the woods. You never met them. Aurora Rose frowned. The poor Lady Astrid came to mind, and the things Maleficent said about her and her death. Well, you've been out and about and princing more than I have. Have you ever heard of a Lady Astrid? Philip frowned. Maybe. Who's her husband? The prince gave him the princess gave him a steely look. Not that it matters, but Duke Walter of the Five Trees. Oh yes, retiring little fellow. About yay high, Philip said, his hand held below his shoulders. Sensible man, my father always said. Lady Astrid is also a bit short, yes, and kind of rounded, and a bit of a religious fanatic. Aurora Rose had never thought of her that way. In the Thorn Castle, reading the same prayers every couple of hours seemed as useful a way to pass the time as any. What about Mistress Laura? Oh, yes, I know her, Philip said with a rueful smile. She moons after me all the time. Pretty little child. And Count Brodeur? Decadent, useless, scheming gossip, the prince answered promptly, and mostly harmless. Well, the princess said slowly, then I would say yes. Most of the people in the castle are real. I didn't know any of them when I lived in the forest, but I've known them all all for years here, and I think Maleficent needs to kill people and have them die in real life too to maintain herself here. Good. All right. I'll stop saying that. So maybe the world isn't completely destroyed because she didn't have complete control over it. She needs real people to keep her going, and it's not her dream, it's mine. She's merely using parts of it, and she came up with an easy trick to keep everyone in line. An easily believable lie. Don't go out there, it's all dead and poisoned. Stay in here where I can watch you and use you. Or maybe, Philip said thoughtfully, maybe she did try to create that nightmare world. Maybe she couldn't because you're too strong. The princess blinked. It hadn't even occurred to her as a possibility. The cards, the bunny, the visions of the outside world, they weren't monsters from the outside trying to invade. That was her own self trying to wake up. The fairies, what did they say? What had they said? Wake up, you don't belong here. Wake up already, do something. Her brain was weakly, slowly, but finally drawing the threads of connection between things. The fairies were there when you kissed me, right? Yes, as far as I know, they were still there in the real castle. The castle is in the real world, and it's here too. She thought hard. It hurt. It in neither life had she been called on to think things out, but she needed to now. Maybe they and you Can't get into the dream castle easily because of Maleficent's spells. The fairies definitely tried to reach me and tell me things, but they vanished as soon as one of her minions appeared. So maybe if we found the cottage I think I grew up in, where they raised me, we could find them there, or find some way of contacting them there, instead of just waiting around for them to find me again. That's an excellent plan, Philip said, picking her up and swinging her around again. She smiled cautiously, pleased that he liked it. He didn't seem like someone who lied for the sake of someone's feelings. She didn't feel humored. He put her down and looked around at them, evaluating the scene and the situation. Confidence seeped from him like the purest sweat. As I said, this land is strange, but it sort of mimics the real world. That path over there will take us deeper into the forest in the right direction. And so they began their adventure. The way was easy but winding. Philip even occasionally stopped to climb a tree to see where they were in relation to the castle. Otherwise, he was just happy to be there by her side. He kept looking at her secretly, out of the corners of his eyes, picking little nuts and pretty leaves to show her, and generally acting like a boy madly in love with the creature next to him. It was a little embarrassing, but not unpleasant. So we were in love, she ventured. Madly, still are. Then he looked at her sideways anxiously. At least I am. But, but what? What do you need me to do to prove it? I'll do anything, milady. He stopped and got down on one knee. Send me on whatever quest you will. Wouldst thou have me fetch thee the prettiest rose from the farthest reaches of the east? I shall. Bring thee an ancient sparkling treasure from cursed ruins. Absolutely. Slay a dragon. Oh, wait, did that one already. Aurora Rose laughed. It tumbled out of her unguarded and unstoppably, a thing she had experienced very rarely in the Thorn Castle. The prince smiled, pleased by his effect on her. She gave him a playful shove on his shoulder to force him to get up and start walking again. She wouldn't have dared try a gesture so familiar with anyone in the castle except for children, or maybe Liana, but it just felt right with Philip. Still, no, I mean, but we only met once, right? Yep. He reached his hand up and slapped a leaf unconcernedly. Isn't that, I don't know, kind of strange? He looked at her shocked. No, it's love at first sight. That's what it means. First sight. The princess scratched the back of her ear uncomfortably. It's an odd thing to find herself happy and free from everyone for the first time ever in her dream world life alone, and then suddenly to just bump into a prince who, while handsome, funny, and nice, informed her that they were already life companions, basically betrothed. How long have you been out here trying to get into the castle to rescue me? Oh, I don't know, the prince shrugged carelessly. Time is strange here. I swear, the moon and the sun in the sky together at night once. Months, weeks likely. Haven't been that hungry. Months? This was a problem that involved adding things, units of measurement, time, difficult, slippery concepts to contain at once. She thought about the image of herself sleeping, the slowness of her breaths. I've been in the castle my entire life. How long were you in Maleficent's dungeon? How much time was there between my falling asleep and you kissing me? I have no idea. A few hours, maybe? The fairies were pretty quick. So time is much slower out there in the real world or much faster here. That makes sense, Philip said, nodding. I thought you looked older. What? Philip shrugged sheepishly at the look she was giving him. I mean, I mean it in a nice way. More mature, more. He started to move his hands to indicate what she could only guess, and then wisely hooked them back onto his belt. Mature, she humphed. Mature, like a matron or some old mother or mother. She stopped, a wide black void opening up in her mind. Mother. 5 years old, curled up in Meriwether's lap, getting a little big for such pastimes. Where is my mother? Where are my real parents again? I mean, you're my real parents, the chubby little girl said solicitously, touching her aunt on the chin. I mean, the ones who made me. The woman in blue looked up anxiously at Flora and Fauna, who were busy with little quiet evening chores across the room. You know, they're dead, Meriwether said. Perhaps Flora and Fauna frowned at her across the room. She shifted uncomfortably. Yes, but where? Can I visit where they are buried? Gather acorns or flowers from the land around so I may bring a piece of them home to keep? Flora dusted off her hands from on her apron and hurried over, as did Fauna. Little flower, they are all around you. Don't worry about that. But what did they look like? Rose pressed. Like you, but less pretty, Fauna said, touching her on the nose. My father looked like me? The girl asked, giggling, even though he had a mustache. Yes. Fauna finished quickly. But your eyes are a bit like his, kind and large. Rose sighed. I wish you could have seen them at least. Rose sighed. I wished I could have seen them at least. And the aunts didn't answer, but hugged her tightly. Steady, Phillips was saying. She was swaying, hands to her temples, trying desperately not to pass out because this memory brought up a lot of important things. Things she didn't want to forget while she was being sick or unconscious. My parents aren't dead, she croaked through her dry mouth. And they didn't destroy the world. And they're not evil. And my aunts lied to me for 16 years. And Maleficent lied to me. And oh my God, they were in the dungeon all those years and they weren't under a spell like the rest of us. The conversation she had overheard between them and Maleficent when she was sneaking back into the castle. It all made much more sense now. Part of the queen's cruelty was keeping them the only sane people left in the kingdom. I'm so stupid. All of those years, if I had just talked to them, what wasted time. You're not stupid, sweetest, the prince said, running a hand through her hair. Maleficent is very clever and very powerful woman. She probably arranged things so that there's no way you could have. That was true, but in much more subtle way. The king and queen were set up as destroyers of the world, authors of the apocalypse everyone was hiding from. They were thrown into the deepest dungeon. Everyone knew they were insane and evil. The one time Aurora had snuck down there, she was too terrified by them to speak. I'm a coward, she amended her previous statement. Why didn't I question anything, ever? Why didn't I see what was happening around me? Why didn't I pay attention to the inconsistencies? Because despite your comely maturity, you're still an innocent young woman, Philip said. She caught the pause and glared. I'm not a child. I'm. Wait. She indignantly faded with realization and weariness. How old am I? Really? Oh, never mind. I'll give you the innocent part. I've never been outside my forest cottage or my dream castle. I've never known anyone beyond my aunt, a few villagers, and a limited number of castle refugees who are all asleep. She thought of Lady Astrid with a quick pain in her heart. She would have liked to have known the lady in real life. Would she have been the same sensible little woman? I just wish, I wish I had been a little bit less dense or something. There were too many new ideas and old memories to keep track of. She still felt shaky from the last one that hit her. Maybe someday, when this was all over, she would have time to sort them all out. The sooner the better. Are we getting close? I don't think so, Philip said slowly, reluctant to disappoint her. When I found you, it was closer to the other side of the woods, not so far from the last town before the deep forest began. It was several hours by horseback, so even in this land, it will probably take some time. Time again. Time was confusing and made no sense. She wasn't sure she could stay it some time. It fit if she let down her guard, mad streams of memories flooded and swirled around each other and crashed like competing currents in a creek. Where they met, foam and chaos erupted. So you actually slew a dragon. Aurora Rose paused quickly, trying to quell her rising panic. Yes, I did actually, the prince said, cocking his head, enjoying the thought. It was epic. When was the last time that happened? People will be singing about it for ages. He stopped, grinning ruefully. Aurora Rose found herself mirroring his smile, almost inadvertently or involuntarily. He had that effect on her. Well, to be honest, the fairies rescued me, gave me these magic items, and basically guided the sword into her heart, he admitted, which did not which did not, let me hasten to add, take away from the extreme fear and panic I felt as I faced a giant fire breathing monster. You were scared? Terrified. Really? She said, intrigued. On the one hand, she had this hazy memory of a beautiful boy with a shining steed. On the other hand, it was kind of nice to hear that he was human. It's not bravery if you don't feel fear, right? If you're not afraid, then you're not really forcing yourself to do something brave. It sounded like he was quoting something he had been taught, but it also seemed like he truly believed it. His face grew dark and clouded. Her eyes were full of hate, and at the same time empty, soulless, like those horrible creatures she keeps around her. The dragon was frightening, but maleficent. She was bone chilling. That sounds terrible, Aurora Rose said. It came out more fatuously than she had intended. He looked at her with wide, hurt eyes. I'm sorry, she corrected herself. It really must have been terrible, but you faced a dragon and killed it, and it was over. Yes, well, obviously not. All right, but I have just learned that the world I thought I lived in for the past 19 years is all unreal, a dream. It didn't feel like a dream at the time. It still doesn't exactly. Each one of those years really fully happened to me. And now I have these other memories, 16 years worth, of what is supposedly the real world. It is, trust me, I've lived there my whole life. It was real for you because you knew you were who you were and you were raised by your own parents and lived in your own proper home. I was lied to about who I was, who my parents were, where my real home was, and who my aunts were. The real world, as you call it, was all fake. So it's a little hard to deal with right now, thank you. I would rather kill a dragon and get it over with than have to think about all of this. She was close to shrieking, despite trying to very hard not to. Even the fake people in my fake dream world were fake, or faker. She paused to wipe her nose and tried not to feel like a child as she did so. Tell me about it, Philip said softly. Replacing the anger were now tears that spilled down her cheeks as she spoke. She wasn't sure which she heard. There was this girl, Liana. She was my. This is so dumb. She was my best friend. When we were all confined to the castle, Maleficent found a girl close to my age and made her my handmaiden. Her parents were far away, killed by the demons of the outside. Not really, though, I guess. Forget that part. The point is, she was odd, but we were close. I told her everything, all the time, who I liked, and when I had my moon blood and everything. She stopped still, remembering Liana being as confused by it as her fairy aunts had been. Of course, it was made sense now. Like them, she wasn't human. She was a creature, a spirit called up from the depths and forced into the awkward shape of flesh Maleficent had managed to form. I'm the opposite of Liana, she realized. Aurora Rose had a body, a natural, real, pretty princess body that different lives and memories and ideas had been forced into. A real mother had given birth to her. It was her thoughts and memory pictures and everything else that were false. As I was escaping, I saw her feet. They were pig's feet. She was one of Maleficent's creatures. She was working for the queen the whole time, telling her everything, just pretending to be my friend. Oh, Rose, the prince said sadly, running a hand through her hair. It got stuck in some pine pitch. She began to sob. I don't remember much from the real world, but I'm pretty sure I didn't have any friends, except for squirrels and rabbits. No one my own age or human or anything. Liana betrayed me. I mean, I know it wasn't her fault. She couldn't do anything else. She's not even a real person, not even a real dream person. But the prince put his arms around her and pulled her in close. She crumpled into his shoulder, feeling so small, small as a dormouse. She enjoyed the weight of his chest and arms and the darkness when she closed her eyes, and she wept for many things, not just Liana. Chapter 15. Yes.
At the Batcave.
Meanwhile, back at the castle, that wretched prince, Maleficent's lips stretched taut and thin over her teeth until even her molars were bared in the righteous of frustration. She was not even pretty. She was not very pretty. In the air before her was a sense of almost ridiculous pastoral romance. A shabby but beautiful girl in the arms of a prince on the path in the woods. They were quite obviously and ominously headed toward the fairy's house. That murdering foul swine, she hissed. Her hand moved unconsciously to her chest, feeling a place over her heart which, even in the dream world, still bore the ugly scar of a sword. Her guards, the misshapen horde summoned from the dark places below, remained silent and shuffled uneasily. Even when things went a little bit wrong, The punishments were painful, random, and certainly not even handed. This was major. Alone among them, unmoving, was a single human seeming girl, though ragged skirts revealed her trotters. Her eyes were large, unblinking, and black, fixed entirely on the vision in the air. A thin film of wet coated them. Maleficent held her staff aloft. The blood in the orb glowed bright green. She swirled it slowly, carefully, like a wine connoisseur examining a particularly tricky vintage. From the inside, the green, a strange, strung out drop of red began to pulse, caught within but not part of the rest of the liquid. The battle has just begun, Maleficent said with a knowing leer. I still have the dreamer's blood from the spindle. It may be time to use it.
Ooh. Feeling ravenous. 3 extremely concerned ants came upon her lying in a hollow at the bottom of what she called Fern Hill. It was after dusk, growing dark, and she should have left hours ago, but the hollow was so comfy and she didn't feel like moving. Briar Rose, Flora said with a spank in her voice, we were looking all over for you. There was real emotion on her face. The 13-year-old Rose had noted. On all of their faces, the usual presence of serenity was gone. The girl knew she should feel bad or at least concerned, but she didn't really feel much of anything. It was like they were far away. You can't be in the woods after dark, Merryweather scolded. Wolves could get you, or bears. They won't hurt me, she said, slowly getting up. The words came with difficulty, like she was speaking through a mouth full of honey. Bunnies and owls are one thing, Fauna said with a gentler tone of caution. They are not the same thing as bears. Or rapists, Merryweather added. The 2 other ants glared at her. There was something they weren't telling her, some great fear adults had for children that they never shared. Rose was only vaguely intrigued. She let them lead her back to the house. She apologized because she was a good girl and promised she would try not to let it happen again, but she was a good girl. You know that, not to break this, but this writing in this is not good. Like, compared to the last one we read, she repeats herself constantly. Anyways, then she went straight to bed and slept for 13 hours and still didn't want to get up. She came to on the ground, the sickening smell of bile filling her nose and mouth. Philip was kneeling next to her, holding her hair and shoulders, looking into her face with concern. The memory had hit her like a sudden falling tree, out of nowhere, splitting her head open. It was so real. But, of course, it was real. That really had happened. Her mind was just recovering all of those lost memories. There was a strangely comforting familiarity in the sadness of the memory. It felt like so many similar days in the castle, sleeping the hours away, staring at nothing, not wanting to do anything, hoping to disappear. I'm fine, she said before Philip could ask her. Her head felt like it was sloshing around some, but other than that, a little lingering dizziness, she really was good to go. She put her hand out to the comforting solidity of a tree root to push herself upright. Funny little memories streamed up her arm and into her head. Before she could process them, the prince was helping her. His arm was as sturdy as and unrelenting as a rock. She felt no weakness or give when he lifted her. The path remained steady for a time before dwindling down to dusty silt. The sky opened above as trees fell away on either side. To the right, the land dipped down into a tiny, almost impossibly beautiful valley. A stream ran through its lowest point, its bank lined in pink lupine. Before that, tall, dark green grass sparkled with white flashes in the sunlight. Late-season dandelions and breathy, tiny white flowers on slender stems were avoided by bees, while purple thistles and asters thronged with them. I could do with a little bit of a break, she said, looking longingly at the soft, moss-covered braes above the tinkling water. The prince made a big show of cautiously surveying the scene. Aurora Rose hid a smile. Nothing seemed harmful. All right, he finally said. My face could definitely do with a wash. Feels all dusty. They stepped down into the quiet valley that smelled like all of the summer crushed into a single flower. She collapsed with thankfulness on a soft, sunlit patch of moss. The prince carefully lay down on his stomach and cupped his hands in the stream. Wait, should we drink this? He suddenly asked. I mean, in fairy tales, they always get you with the food or the drink. We're already trapped in a dream. How much more trapped could we get? Excellent point, Philip said, and lapped up several mouthfuls. So my parents, Aurora Rose mused, chewing on the sweet end of the stalk of grass, who are, by the way, not evil. They did, however, give me away to a bunch of fairies when I was a baby. That was the part that was currently confusing her at the most. Maleficent was obviously terribly clever in the way that she had constructed the false world with its false history. It sinuously, evilly mirrored the real one, and in each, her parents had given her to the fairies for different reasons and at different times. Why exactly did they do that and keep it a secret from me? They thought it was the best way to protect you, I gather, Philip said. He picked a clump of moss and soaked it in the water, then handed it to her. Here, maybe you can use this like a sponge. She smiled and dabbed her face slowly, still thinking. Unconsciously, she began to rub the itchiest bits where the pine pitch was. But if Maleficent's curse was that I should die or fall asleep or whatever on my 16th birthday, then who cares what happened until I turned that age? I think there was some question of how enraged Maleficent was at the way her curse was mitigated, Philip said with a shrug. His word choice cut through her thoughts. There were moments when the silly, handsome boy almost sounded like a future king, and that she would just come at you some old-fashioned way with her army or something. Me, that's not the way I would have handled it. I would have kept my daughter at home where I could keep an eye on her and surrounded her with armed guards at all times and had those fairies hang out at the castle. Those words sounded strangely familiar. Suddenly, Maleficent's speech to her parents made sense. Let me tell you something, dearies. If I ever had a daughter, you can be sure I would keep her close and teach her well and school her in the arts of magic and make her strong and powerful enough to protect herself. And I would never let anything come between us or admit the truth to yourselves. It didn't matter much either way because in the end, you really would have preferred a son. Aurora Rose rolled onto her stomach, spreading out full length on the moss like a little girl. She stared at the dirt, part of her marveling at She stared at the dirt, part of her marveling at how from this close she could see individual grains and the perfect eyes of ants. How everything tiny was magnified like magic by the globe-shaped teardrop that landed on a patch of moss. Tiny like a princess, useless, unwanted, a girl tossed aside until it was time to marry, a strategic alliance, a useful pawn. Hey, Philip said, noticing her sudden change in mood. He put his hand on her back. Despite the warmth of the sun, his fingers were warmer. Does it matter now? Didn't you love your aunts? Didn't they really love you? Surely they must have. I guess. Believe me, I can tell you, as someone who was raised properly, a royal prince in the royal castle, you probably had more love and freedom and fun than any prince or princess I know. Before she died, my mother was someone I saw once a day at the end of the day for a very proper kiss on the cheek and recitation of the day's lessons. And my dad was pretty great, except when he was punishing me. But all of his lectures, all of his lessons, all of his time with me, it was only to groom me to take his place. Think about that. My one role in life was to prepare for the day the man I loved most would die. Birthdays were marked by the sigh of accomplishment that I had made it that far and the worry of how many years I had left before I turned 18 and could rightly rule if something happened to him. She remained silent, giving him that point, but she couldn't let it go. At least you knew what you were in for. I never knew what was happening to me or what was going to happen to me. Yes, that was a tactical error. I think we established that, Philip said a little impatiently. But the point of it was to keep you safe. You understand that, right? I'm sure in their own weird way, your parents cared about you. Maleficent, despite her act, most assuredly did not. Aurora Rose allowed herself one more moment of crazy thought. What if Maleficent had loved her? What if her heart had melted just a little and she really had adopted the princess and brought her into her evil ways and taught her the great summoning spells and made her ruthless and strong and magical? Was that an unhappy ending? The princess would have become a villain, but would truly have had a mother. She would have been ruthless but independent. Those thoughts drained away as she remembered the uneasy look in Maleficent's eyes whenever the conversation drifted along those lines. It was never a possibility. The princess wasn't the right kind of daughter for her. She was too weak, too kind, too dumb. And bad at math, she said aloud with a bit of a bitter smile. What? Philip said, confused. I was just thinking about my relationship with Maleficent. I just meant, on top of everything else, being this stupid princess, I can't even do the math they tried to teach me. The fairies taught you math? He asked, confused. I didn't even know the fairies did that kind of thing. No, Maleficent tried, she said with a sigh, picking a fresh stalk of grass and starting on it. She hired a tutor for me, but I was terrible at it. Where? In the castle, silly, in my bedroom or the library. Yes, but that castle over there, in this dream? Yes, Philip. Maleficent didn't melt out of the woods to teach me math while I was being raised by the fairies. Philip had the indecency to laugh at her. Of course you couldn't do math here, silly. You can't do math in dreams. She sat up. What? Philip shrugged, dismissing the whole thing with one boyish expression. Everyone knows that. For some reason, you just can't. Everyone I know, even Sir Gavin, who's like 100 years old, has these nightmares where you're sitting at a desk with an abacus and the teacher above you smacking your fingers with a rod for being so stupid. Equations don't make sense, even simple ones. I can't do Latin in dreams either. I don't know if that's true with everyone else, though. I always start out hick, hick, hawk, and then something gets weird. In fact, just thinking about it now, none of it makes sense. What is a declination? Sorry, somebody yelled outside. Anyways, Philip prattled on, but Aurora Rose ignored him. Even the most aggravating parts of her life were a lie. Math wasn't real in this world. About 20 years of false history, and they couldn't even be useful. The time she had spent, the tears of frustration, how stupid she thought she was, stupid pretty princess. She looked up at the heavens, the amazement at there still actually being a natural world and her being in it hadn't quite worn off yet. The sky was a light blue and large puffy clouds moved across slowly. The ground was uncomfortable in a few places under her, but not enough to really matter. The breeze was warm when it blew. Philip leaned over her, and for a moment she caught her reflection in his eye, but then lost herself in them instead. Can I kiss you? Would that be all right? He asked softly. She graced him with a smile. Is this because I look like I am sleeping? No, Philip said, pulling back. Deuce it all. You just looked beautiful, and I love you. I was kidding, Prince Sirius. You may give me one small kiss on the cheek for now. He leaned over and kissed her, but he lingered a little more than she had imagined he would. She felt his breath, warm and moist, but not unpleasant. Their faces stayed close for another moment, sneaking in a second almost kiss. He sat up and looked at her face, into her eyes. He pushed a tendril of her hair back over her head. She was enjoying it immensely. I think, he finally said, I think we should probably get moving. It's kind of amazing that Maleficent hasn't found us yet. I don't think she can leave the castle, Aurora Rose said lazily, stretching. She wasn't sure how she knew this. If she could have, she would have. In the last few years, certainly by now. Well, it wouldn't hurt to get a good head start. She might not be able to leave the castle, but she could send someone. Someone else outside? The exile, the minstrel. She had completely forgotten about them. Have you seen anyone else out here? Sort of a wasted individual, might have a lute, or maybe you know him, our court minstrel, Master Tommins. Philip raised an eyebrow. I haven't seen a soul or sign of anyone since I got here. It felt like I was alone in the world. Once in a while, I could hear faint sounds from the castle courtyard, mere whispers on the wind. That's how I knew there were people inside. Excuse me. No one, not even sort of a fat little older man, white mustache, thinks he's a king. Philip's face went ashen. Who is this you speak of? He asked, trying to control his emotion. The exile. He was thrown into the outside years ago for high treason. We all assumed he died, but I guess out of here he could have lived after all. What was his name? Philip demanded, putting his hands on her shoulders. There is only one other king for leagues in any direction around here. We never spoke his name. It was forbidden, she stammered. Hewley, Humboldt, Hubert, the prince said with a cry, falling back. Hubert, that's right, Aurora said with relief. Then she suddenly got it. Oh, he's my father, Rose, Philip said bleakly. He's been out here all this time and I didn't even know it. Of course he would have been in the castle too. I forgot. He and your parents were in the throne room when it all happened, waiting for the wedding ceremony. I'm so sorry. Well, sort of, she added, thinking perhaps it was better for him to be out here than in there all this time. Maleficent could have killed him for his blood in there. We've got to find him, the prince said, leaping up. He's lost out here somewhere. Philip, Aurora Rose said gently, standing up and putting her fingers on his arm. I think the best thing we can do now is to escape this whole place ourselves and wake up, rescuing everybody in the process. His body, his real self, remember, is still in the other world. Philip started to argue, then stopped. You're right, he said with a deep breath. He squared his shoulders and set his jaw. That's the right thing to do. That's what he would want me to do. That's what a king would do. They made their way stoically, if regretfully, back up the side of the pretty valley. Aurora Rose putting a comforting hand on the prince's arm. He smiled and patted it, but that couldn't disguise the worry that floated just below the surface of his eyes. When they were back on the path, she took a last deep breath of the wildflowers and turned back down the path toward the woods. All right, but both of my potential lives involved being stuck in a castle, the real one, I mean, in the real world, until I was 16 and married off like a princess, she chatted, trying to distract him, or being stuck in the woods with nothing to do and no one to see. So what do normal people do? Like not princesses or those cursed by the wicked fairies, like a normal girl. Well, the prince trailed off, staring at the dust on the path. You don't know, do you? She said, nodding, because you're not normal either. I mean, you're normal, but a prince, not like a farmer or... Rose, look, he interrupted, pointing. What's that? Aurora Rose couldn't see anything out of the ordinary, just like a little area where the dust was shifting in the breeze, and then settling down on itself like an ant lion building its pit trap just below the surface, and then getting bigger, spreading out like a sinkhole, like, get back, Philip cried, spinning around and grabbing her to run. She stumbled, unable to process what he said and what she saw and what her feet should do at the same time. She landed hard in the dust on the same bruises she had made falling from the top of the castle. Her left leg was twisted underneath her. She rolled over onto her belly as quickly as she could, trying to untangle her stiff appendages, and saw the world open up before her, like a devouring mouth, like nothing she had ever seen before or could possibly imagine. The ground itself was falling away into a yawning crack that gaped wider and wider, pulling all the surrounding dirt, rocks, and grass with it. It devoured the path, coming toward her as fast as a horse at full gallop. Rose, Philip shouted, spinning around when he realized she wasn't behind him. Without a second thought, he ran back and grabbed her, reaching around her waist and throwing her over his shoulder. He staggered under her weight for a moment and then began to run. Put me down, she shrieked. I can walk. She watched upside down as the earth continued to be eaten away, the edge of the abyss now almost at his feet. Didn't seem like it, Philip huffed. Put me down, she screamed. We'll go faster. Swearing, the prince did, pausing only a moment to set her on her feet. He did not let go of her hand. The two took off, and he only had to pull her a little. Grace, the fairy's gifts, according to his story, seemed to pertain to her running as well as dancing. She might not have been as fast as he, but she was nimble and fleet and didn't need to look at her feet to avoid stumbling. But it didn't help with her stamina. She pushed hard, almost crying at the effort. There was a tiny part of her that just wanted to give up and admit there was no escape and no sense wasting energy trying. But she was astonished to see that weak impulse completely overcome by the immediate will to survive. She couldn't have stopped running if she wanted to. She also chose not to look back. The screams of the ground and the cracking, rocky noises behind them were enough to speed them on. She suddenly realized they were running back the way they had come, back towards the castle. But surely, if this was an attack from Maleficent, it wouldn't destroy the castle, would it? With her and her minions and her victims all still in it? The princess yanked Philip's hand and led him, cutting through the clearing where they had met the second time, aiming straight for the silent gray structure looming above the surrounding courtside. No, Philip cried when he realized where they were going. But just a few feet from the first outlying thorny vines, the noise behind them stopped. Philip and Aurora Rose slowed down clumsily with heavy thuds of their feet, winded and exhausted. Slowly they turned around. Between them and the forest was now an epic ravine. The two staggered backward as they tried to see the whole thing from a single viewpoint. It was at least several furlongs across to the other side of the path. I wouldn't put this in a dream, the princess said shakily. It was like a gorge was too large to be believable, like her mind couldn't encompass just how large it was. Her eyes kept darting to different points along its cliffs, where the dirt changed color, where there was a particularly large rock jutting out, where what looked very much like giant ancient bones pressed up against the newly revealed earth. Anything to focus on and distract her from trying to comprehend the whole thing. All was silent now, except for the occasional distant tumble of a rock or of a scree avalanche working itself free from somewhere in the depths. Cautiously, without saying a word, Aurora, Rose, and Philip shuffled to the edge and peered over. The ravine wasn't endlessly deep, and each had probably feared, but it was fairly deep, and it was filling with water It was filling with water as rivers and lakes along it were being drained into its bottom. Philip and Aurora Rose looked at each other. If we go down to cross, the prince said hesitantly, she could seal it back up over us immediately, right? The idea of instant black death did not appeal to the princess at all, but neither did the idea of being stuck in the half state of a dream world forever. But if she wanted to kill us outright, couldn't she have just opened the earth immediately below us? She's trying to lead us back, force us back into the castle. She needs us, or me, alive and close by for now. Good point. Besides, do we have a choice? The prince sighed and shook his head. No. He started his way down, testing the firmness of footholds before holding out his hand to her. She took it, idly observing how in moments of need, at least, his touch was certainly becoming less strange. Her other hand, she trailed along the cool dirt beside her, letting it tangle in the roots. How much of this was the real world, and how much was secret layers of her own self? Well, it wasn't the stream I drank from, Philip said with a lopsided smile. That was the trap, I mean. No, it wasn't. Suddenly, she didn't feel like smiling, didn't feel the urge to mirror his face. She felt weak and sick. The strength and determination she had felt just a moment before withered under scrutiny. It was a trap, wasn't it? She knows where we are. Somehow she knows I've figured everything out. She's trying to stop me, to hurt me if she needs to. Yes, and that's great, Philip said with a blindingly toothy grin. Aurora Rose blinked at him. She found herself wondering if the two of them were, right at that moment, caught in different realities, like her in her real sleeping body, because he wasn't making sense. I'm sorry, she said, manners kicking in before what she really wanted to say managed to make its way out of her lips. It means we're on the right path, don't you see? Every time Maleficent does something like this, every time we narrowly evade a trap or attack or whatever she sends after us, it means we're getting closer to our goal, the fairies, the way out. Oh, she turned this over in her head. It made sense. It was also a way of thinking that was so utterly bizarre to her, and she had trouble wrapping her head around it. Bad things can mean good things. That's unique. Nah, basic game strategy, like when Sir Palomar starts sending all of his 1-point scouts after your first cavalry. You just know you've almost found where he's hidden the crown. She studied him for a moment and decided to give manners a rest. I have no idea what you're talking about. Catch the King, really? You've never played? Oh, it's a great game. Even my sisters. She just looked at him, raising her eyebrows a little. Well, anyway, the point is this, Philip kept talking as he balanced on a giant piece of root, digging his nails into the dirt wall to balance. It's a good metaphor, if I do say so myself. Imagine you're playing a very dangerous game with Maleficent. If you win, then you wake up. She dies, I assume, and everyone in the kingdom wakes up. I wake up. We all live happily ever after. If she wins, well, I assume she kills you, takes over the kingdom, and rains bloody hell on everyone and everything. Now she really did feel sick. Her stomach turned. When was the last time she ate? Was there anything left to throw up? Her legs felt rubbery. The view down to the bottom of the ravine suddenly seemed a lot farther, and then the way back up impossibly steep. All she knew was rabbits and birds and banquets and balls. Nothing about life and death and saving kingdoms. Philip had stopped when she stopped, turning around to see what was wrong. When he saw her face, he gave her a sad smile. You said you didn't know what it means to be a real princess. Well, now you do. Being a member of royalty means the lives of those you rule are more important than your own. You lead your armies into battle to protect your country from invasion. You marry people you don't want to keep the peace. He chuckled at the irony. And there is an entire kingdom of people asleep at Maleficent's mercy, depending on you to rescue them. This is your quest. This is your adventure. He reached out and gave her a white-knuckled hand. He reached out and gave her white-knuckled hand a squeeze, then camaraderie pat. And then he turned around and started making his way down again. He was right. This was simply what she needed to do. She had never been more needed to do anything in her whole life. Taking a deep breath, she followed. I cannot believe you've never played Catch the King, he went on, even as he nearly tripped over a narrow ledge that shifted under his feet. His hands flew up for balance out of hers. It's like the best game ever. I'm not great at it, not even as good as Bridget, between you and me, but my uncle Charles, now he's the expert. What you do is you set up all the markers without your opponent seeing. As he prattled on, she found herself not listening to the boy she had thought was the most handsome in the world just a little while ago. Then, as he continued endlessly about the rules and set up for the game, she wondered if this was another strategic move on the part of the prince, an attempt to distract her from the weight of the burden she now realized she carried. And after a while, the going became easier. Then the wide, gently sloping path a gigantic tumbling boulder had made it on its descent allowed them to walk side by side for a little. Can I hold your hand? Philip suddenly asked, a little plaintively. The princess looked up, surprised. Sure. Yes, I suppose. He grinned like a kid who had just been given a pony, taking her hand and squeezing it once. He swung it as they walked. All trace of near disaster was gone from his world. He was the handsome hero prince for whom it was all in a day's work. The latest evil was overcome, and now it was time to move on. No dwelling, despite the fact that they were several stories below the surface of the earth and deep in the ground shadow, with no real plan of how to cross the water at the bottom. Thank you, she said after a minute or two, for carrying me back there. Of course, he said, breaking off her route with his free hand as they walked. He looked at her mischievously. But if I'm going to have to rescue you anymore, pick you up and throw you over my shoulder, it would be better if you wore softer shoes next time. There won't be a next time. I won't be needing that service again, thank you, she said haughtily. I was just caught unprepared. What is it with you girls and pointy shoes anyways? Go get yourself a nice flat-heeled pair of boots. That's all you need. I didn't wear shoes at all in the forest. I was barefoot all the time, and my skin was as thick as hides. I had so many shoes in the castle, all different colors. She stopped, thinking about it. Then she reached down with her free hand and slipped off her golden shoes. With a gentle toss, Aurora Rose threw them into the ravine. That's it.
That's it. Welcome in Carly and Kiko. Monorail Molly. Hello, sis.
Hello.
Spaceship Ears. Saw a few other people. Jonathan Chong, welcome in. Sparkly Pink Diamonds. Hello, Angie.
There's a lot of people.
A lot of people joining. So there we are. That leads us up to the next chapter is You're So Vain.
It's a long one.
Vain. You probably think this song is about you. Oops. So apparently he told the princess the story as it was supposed to be.
Yeah. Apparently, we've got some lying going on.
A little bit. I find it intriguing that he's trying to keep her calm and distracted and not as worried as she probably would be.
He's a prince.
So
interesting.
Yeah. Tonight's chapters were pretty good. I enjoyed tonight.
Yep.
I
agree.
I got a little confused when world started falling apart there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You're so weak.
I did not have reading the words Moonblood on my bingo card tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one's not as good.
So there we go. Next week we'll pick up there.
Yep.
2
very long chapters next week.
Okay. Cool. We're nearly halfway.
Yep.
So oh, Carla found out she got a pinched nerve in her neck.
Oh, that's not good.
That's no fun. And still dealing with the concussion too. It was good to see y'all the other night though, Carla. Pray you keep doing better. Yeah. We're going to finish it. Listen, we may have some issues with this book, but we're going to finish it.
We're going to finish this one. It's the other thing we were talking about too. It looks different than the rest of the books do too.
It does.
So it's like this the whole book just seems out of place from everything else in this series. But I've been told some of the other ones are incredibly good.
Yeah.
And especially Mulan. It's very, very different than the Mulan we know.
And we know she's a good author because she did so good in the other book.
Aladdin, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it is with
she does a lot of repeating of herself this time. She uses, like, when she comes up with a big word, I don't know, say it's like, I don't know, meaningful.
Hoity?
Yeah, yeah. She'll use that same word like 5 times throughout the same chapter.
Yeah.
And it's like that word sticks out. You got to choose a different word. So I don't know.
Yeah.
This one seems more like teenager driven.
Yeah.
Than the first one.
I'll give you that. So, but yeah, we're gonna stick with it. We're not gonna.
No, we're gonna finish it. Yeah, I gotta finish it.
Yeah. So now she's the author for the next book too. Yeah, she does a lot in this series.
She probably does a third of them.
Yeah. So,
I think there's like, what is there, 5 or 6 authors?
Something like that. Yeah. But like I said, I really enjoyed the last one, the Aladdin one. So
hey, we'll see how it goes.
We'll get there. Yeah, it's
this
like
was better than last week.
Abby Rebecca said, yeah, it's like she's found a thesaurus and picking out whatever is listed.
And using the same one.
Yeah.
Aria, hello.
Aria, glad you enjoyed it. So Mike 80 NYC said it feels like we're finally getting somewhere. It does. These chapters flowed.
These were way better than last week.
Yeah.
Way better.
Last week, when we ended up last week, we were all thoroughly confused again. And
I mean, we're not much farther, but we're on a path now, it seems
right.
Like.
Yeah. And I liked that the prince recognized that when things aren't going good, that means that things are going good, or they're headed in the right direction. If she's trying to stop them, then they're headed in the right direction. So, yep.
Is it time?
It is time to chill.
Ooh. It means I gotta take my pants off.
Means I need to switch the lights up. Let me go over here.
Pants are coming off. It's really warm in here. That's why I'm taking my pants off.
All righty.
I'm taking my pants off. It's okay.
It's okay. All right.
Chill streams are pantless.
It is. There we go. Kool-Aid.
They're off, ladies.
If you had Kool-Aid pants, you're a winner.
That's the free square in the middle.
That is, yeah.
Just got one thing to say to that. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. All righty. Oh dear, there they are. Kool-Aid pants are
It's a pants-free stream.
This is the pants-free. Yep. All right.
Here's
No blue intro tonight, Chris S. We got Lego. Look at that.
Yep. That's the Animal Kingdom one.
I like that.
There. Oop, that was it's a different one because it's got color to it.
It is.
It was good.
I gotta get that set.
I know. I got to get it for you. I'll be back there. Now put another 5. I'm just getting this out of the way because it's a massive box. It's like I don't even know what's in it. Weird different Disney things. I just want to get this one done so I can
get the box out of the way.
Yeah, it's taking up the space of 3 other puzzles.
All right, I'm gonna switch the camera, and then I need to turn on the big light. So, heck, I might take pants off.
You what?
I said I might take pants off too.
You're taking your pants off too?
Yeah, sure.
Now it's just getting weird. All right, what do we got here?
Oh, all right.
I'll be right back.
Sparkly Pink says to get that set before it sells out. Yeah.
I was supposed to pick it up for him the next time I go back.
It's all right. We'll get it at some point.
Yeah. I just knocked it off.
So.
Yeah, there we go.
Nicole says, let's all take our pants off. That's true. Yeah.
You should have coasters.
This is so. If you weren't with us last night, I am working on the Wolverine claws Lego set. We got about halfway through last night. It's 4-bag set, and this is bags 1 through 2 so far.
We're gonna assume they're in order.
So we're gonna get some music dropped in here.
Yep.
Let me go here. And
Ow. I'm gonna run in here and grab some. I'm almost done.
You're good.
Ow. Put all my stuff away because I wasn't planning on doing any more puzzles for a while. I'm gonna get it all back out. Dance music.
Oh, really, Snickerdoodle?
What? What'd I say?
No, the real Snickerdoodle.
Yeah, what'd I say?
The real Snickerdoodle said she already took off the most important part that needed to come off. So she's good. Yeah.
All right, I think we're good. Chris, these don't mark which one's which. You know, they have a line through the numbers or whatever.
Yeah.
They don't. They just have the numbers. They don't tell you which one's which.
There's no line through it.
We're guessing. I think I know which one this is, but I don't know.
It just made sense for you to put that one together. At least we can watch it all around the world, unlike listening to him sing. That's true, Stacey.
What?
Hugh Jackman, we can put together his claws. We just can't listen to his music because
we can sing his music.
Yeah. Oh, we got a friend that's going to join us, Steve.
What?
We got a friend that's going to join us.
No. I like Friends.
The earbuds.
Oh, crap! What I do with the? Yes. What?
Molly's asking questions that I'm interested in the answer to.
Pants. The answer is pants. The most important thing you can take off for a chill stream. There he is.
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I present
What up, buddy?
the.
What's going on?
How you doing? Look at that hair.
I'm
I
doing
know.
good.
It's like all bushy and stuff.
What's up?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. How are you guys?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah. What you building?
I am working on the. You'll love this because it's Marvel related. The Wolverine claws.
I'll leave that for Christmas or next year.
Molly says, speaking of big hands, there he is.
What up?
There, look at that. That's some coverage. Yep.
What up? What up?
How's
How's
everything
everyone?
going, bud?
Everything's going all right, man, I guess. Yeah, it's going.
Have we been doing any traveling lately?
Not really.
No?
I went to Washington the other day.
Oh, nice.
I had to do some stuff, so I saw it. Yeah, which is I saw it. We hang out for a bit.
Nice.
Yeah, but it was a 1 day thing. That's it. Nothing else.
In and out.
In and out. I had
They
to go
make
to take care of some
terrible
business. That's it. What's up? What's up? Hello, chat.
So, you been playing more Call of Duty?
Nah, man. I've been working, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I played today. It's been a long time I haven't played, but yeah, I played today for a bit. All that good stuff.
Yes.
Hey, I saw you were women, you guys know. Mouse Talk. I saw you were there in the chat. What happened? They're going away for a couple of months, that's what it is? Because I got there late.
They Walt and Melissa announced tonight. If you haven't seen the stream, you can watch the replay.
Yeah.
But Walt and Melissa tonight pretty much announced that the end of February they will stop streaming from the parks.
Oh, okay. That's
And
what it is.
they're gonna. He said they would still maybe pop in for a vlog or video, something like that, but they were pretty much going to stop live streaming.
Gotcha. No, I'm sorry. It's not Washington State. It's DC. I'm sorry.
DC?
Yeah, DC. Okay, so that's what it was. Yeah, because I got there late,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, "What happened?" But I guess trying to figure out what's going on. Okay. But is it for period of time or indefinitely or what?
Pretty much. It's Walt said it's not going to be a month or two, and then they're going to come back. It's pretty much this is their path forward.
Gotcha.
They've been thinking about it for a while.
Yeah. Okay. And it was a day, 1 day only. Just get there early in the morning, come back in the afternoon. I'll take care of some business.
Oh.
That's it. Next time, I will let you know. Well, I hope everything's
It's-
okay. It works out and everything out.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it is. It's just
Walt said, I think a part of it, and Steve, maybe you can speak to this. Walt said part of it was when they moved to where they are now,
yeah.
they knew it was going to be a much longer drive. But,
Oh, okay.
They got quite a commute.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said, like, last Saturday, they tried to be at Epcot for the 2:00 concert, and it took them nearly 2 hours to get there.
Yeah. The other thing is too, is like they haven't done anything else in Florida since they got here. They want to see the rest of Florida. They want to go explore. They want to do some other things.
Yeah.
So they're just going to live their life and have fun.
They moved to Lakeland?
Yes, that's what he said
They
tonight.
moved farther
Yes.
away than they already were.
Too far. Too far away, definitely.
Yep. So, like I said, they're going to enjoy life and have a good time.
Good. Yeah, Wendy, and then they have to use I-4, which is miserable.
Yeah. I-4s.
Yeah,
192, I-4, and US 50. Those are my 3 roads.
yeah. This
All of them are terrible.
that's insane.
I will say I was actually, I'm glad you brought that up, Gonzo.
You can't announce the same thing.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I was just going to say it seems like there's several channels that have kind of been
Fizzling.
or self-evaluating and announcing some changes, not just here in the community, but I watched several tech streamers that have come out in the past couple of months, and are kind of making some changes, that sort of thing. It seems like a lot of people that have done this a long time are just kind of. I know Adam the Woo made some announcements. A couple other people that.
What did he say?
Well, the problem is, in my opinion, is it is not easy to do. And a lot of people think that I'm not saying this about Walt Moser. That's not the case with them. No. But I'm just, but they think it's going to be easy and sustainable. And a lot of people approach it as this is going to be their income. You can't do that.
Yeah.
100%. You cannot do that. That's, if you do that, don't even get started. You're going to wind up losing money.
Yeah.
So now I'm not saying it doesn't work for some people. It does. But assume that you should do it if you want to do it, but just expect not necessarily have the outcome that you want it to have. You have to do it for fun. You have to enjoy what you're doing and accept the fact that you may not make money off of it. Otherwise, it's not going to be fun for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my bit of advice on the whole thing.
Jonathan Chong said, this is the third channel for me that I mod who said they're kind of stepping away all during January.
Oh, wow.
So.
Well, I mean, I don't think Chris is going anywhere.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not going anywhere. Listen, I it's clear I'm not doing this to try to make a living out of it. I'm here to relax, hopefully share some smiles with some people, brighten some people's day, and hang out with friends, and that's what it's all about for me.
Amen.
I've seen the desire of people of what they want it to be just destroy them as not as people, but like it just devours them. Like it drains everything that they have because it's not working in it that way. And that's so I said you got to go into it with it's not going to happen. You know, you do it for fun. I've already said this numerous times. I've gotten way more out of YouTube than I could have ever dreamed of would have gotten.
Amen.
Just in the relationships and life choices and things like that. So please follow your dreams of doing it if that's what you want to do, but have realistic expectations.
Yeah.
There's
You're
nothing
not
wrong
going to
with
become.
striving for it, but just understand that it doesn't happen for like 95% of the people.
Yeah.
You're not going to become Mr. Beast or Tim Tracker.
Nope, it's not going to
Alright.
happen. Once, one person might get there.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. We mean that respectfully.
And I'm not saying that Walt and Melissa didn't
No, they have
do
nothing to
it
do with this
for
discussion
fun
right
or
here.
anything.
Yeah.
I was just saying
Yeah.
for me personally, this is how I approach it.
No, I'm only saying it because you brought up the other
Yeah.
people,
Yeah.
thing.
Hey, Dave,
So-
what's going
Hey, Space Mountain Dave, welcome in.
on? Yeah.
Windy B says my favorite streams are the ones from people who do it just for fun.
Yep, and you can tell too.
Yeah.
Snickerdoodle says, and they have to be genuine people too. That's true. People could tell. When I first, so I'll give y'all a little bit of inside info. When I first thought about coming on camera, I talked to that guy over there,
Me?
and that guy told me, do it, have fun doing it. But if you're not having fun, don't do it because people can tell, and just be yourself. And it's what I live.
It's the same advice I give people off camera as I do give them on camera.
Exactly. So that's what I do.
I think we should bring the round table back.
I think so.
And that's why I will always be the real Snickerdoodle. I'm just kidding. That part I made up.
If you could find the other three Gonzo, or the other two, I'd love to get it back together.
Yeah. That's just a little problem.
Yeah, I've watched a few videos, different people. Like I said, I know Adam the Woo had put out a comment that pretty much he's going to continue through this year, but after this year, he's not going to do the daily thing anymore.
That's a lot. To do it daily
Yeah.
is ridiculous.
Yeah,
But that is his job though.
right.
Yeah, but you know how much work?
It's a lot of work, and people just think you just go hit the button and it's done. It's not that at all.
Do you think he does he edit his stuff, or he has someone who does it?
I don't know if he has somebody do it now, but he used to edit it.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
everyday thing you have to. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't see how you can. You know.
See, that's the thing. Doing it live, you don't have all that editing and everything. You don't have to sit there and cut and go film and piece it together. And
Well, no, you don't, but it's also a different type of
that's
energy. You're drawing in a whole different type of. The thing that the reason why vloggers are so much, if you want to call them more successful, is because they put that extra step into work and everything. But it's something they can put out a product and people can go all the time. You live stream, you got to be really good at it. That's why Resort to Be One does a good job with it. So that's why I never will. So I just go hit a button and hit play. That's it. But I have no desire to, be very big at it or anything like that. I just like to have fun and meet people. That's why Chris does it.
I mean, but going back to Disney, how much? It has to be to a point that you like. What else should I do? I think that's why a lot of bloggers lately is doing more than Disney. Yeah.
I personally
I
don't,
think.
because I always try to do things that are different.
Yeah.
But there's different things to do. You have to be willing to, like I said. So, example, there are some streamers out there that will only do one thing because it's what's going to get them the most people at the most time, and do it. It's the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah.
I went to Disney Springs the other day, and most people won't go there because people just don't typically watch. But I don't care. So, just go have fun with it and enjoy it. If you're not going to enjoy it, again, don't do it.
Yeah, that's the other thing. If you don't enjoy it,
But there's ways to make things fresh and new and different, but you got to have fun doing it. Otherwise, people don't want to watch sadness and fake. If it looks fake.
Yeah. Sparkly Pete says, I believe he said he still edits on his device and posts.
oh, he does.
I edited my first video in like 6 months yesterday. So
Weedy B said, I watch like 4 vloggers on occasion. I prefer the realness of live. Snickerdoodle said, I finished my first bottle of water with my circle bottle. I like it so far. Need to try other flavors.
yes. You see what Stephen K said?
Stephen K, is it? Here we go. We all know Steve is in it for the money and fame. I mean, look at the lavish lifestyle he has. The home, the car, the women. He's making it rain.
Cribs. But see, some people like the vlogs because they can watch whenever they want to. Some people like the live streams because they interact. They're interactive. You can talk to somebody and somebody responds back, or in the chat they get together. Some people just show up for the chat, talk to each other.
Yeah.
You know.
Nicole said, I don't watch many vloggers. Nico said he likes the realness or the live streams because it's like a box of chocolates and you never know what you're going to get.
That's true.
Yeah.
And again, I think this community in YouTube has brought some good friendships, kind of thing.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
We all might do this.
That's the whole reason of planning another meetup and all of that is for friends. I ain't gonna lie, I need this some nights as much as y'all do to decompress from days and relax.
Yeah, bro, it's something so you can forget about the daily thing. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I thought about when we did the table. You know, the round table.
Yeah,
it's the start of the week, but you're ready. It's an hour or something that you forget about everything. You know.
Yep.
And you're having fun and stuff like that, going crazy and stuff like that.
I'm picky about vloggers though, says Snickerdoodle. Stacy says I can't interact with vlogs. I can talk to the streamer and the chat on lives. Yeah. Molly says friends 100%. Yeah.
Bro, and to this day, people still think that we script that.
Script what?
The round table.
No.
Oh.
No, we didn't. It was just make it up as we go.
You can tell when something's scripted.
Yeah. We make it up as we go.
That's what I love is just even when we had topics that we were going to talk about, Gonzo, I mean, it was just us shooting from our hip the whole time.
Yeah. Of course.
And that's what was so much fun. It was just hanging out with your buddies.
Yeah, I mean, we knew the topics, but that's about it. Yeah. Anything else, we just go with the flow.
Topics are just suggestions.
Yeah, it's just a guide, but we go. Especially me, I get out of it. We're supposed to talk about something and talk about something else and make it fun.
Oh, crap. I gotta do something.
What you doing, Steve-O?
I'm building a puzzle, but I just remembered I gotta do a thumbnail.
Hey, dog, what's going on? Oh, excuse me, sorry. Jeez.
So.
Yeah, right, Stacey? You know, it's funny this day because me MVP and about so many of those things on Amazon from remote. Yeah.
Listen, I got these stupid things for potato chips because of VP. I got a candle lighter from VP, that little electric current thing.
Hey, but they work.
They work.
Yeah.
I know several people that got the s'mores maker that I showed.
Oh, you guys did your products or whatever?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we do our
Moment of their time. What was it? Moment of our time.
Moment of your time.
Something like that.
We'd all find a random odd object on Amazon, and we'd have to pitch it. And whatever the chat voted, they were most likely to buy is the person that won that week. See, Molly said I bought the microwave s'mores maker.
Oh, there you go. What is
the
Stacy?
US
Stacy said something earlier today. Hold on. So there's no way you could have scripted Ed trying to say "lady" and the tram in Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah, funny stuff. Ed, we went to dinner, and literally he asked me, "How do you say no in Spanish?" Me and BP look at each other like, "Are you serious, bro?"
I had to ask somebody once how to say no in Spanish.
Oh my gosh, Steve.
I was a German boy. I didn't take Spanish.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a long time ago, though. I'm not saying it was like.
Yeah, no, I get it.
They are the best lighters. They are. Spaceship ears.
Oh, you remember Stacy, right? Yeah.
My daughter is a huge Garfield fan, and she had to buy the ugly Garfield from Amazon. Yeah. Steve, please don't ever admit that out loud again.
Look, German is ja oder nein. Ja, yes or no. Nine, ja.
Yeah.
Come on. What were they thinking? Sí or no?
See? Oh no. No o sí. No o sí. Sí o no, señor.
Ooh, the other snickerdoodle messaged me. Found your flavor at Walmart.
Yep.
I have that one. So there's a whole set of those. The fission ones, the fission ones, the body fuel. I only have the orange one though, but there's a whole set of those of different flavors. Chris, did you buy sweet tea?
I did.
It's actually really good.
Yep. I'm can't wait till we get here. If you would like to try Circle Bottle, down in the link, there's a link in the description. It'll give you $5 off your order on circledrink.com. Is the lighter better than stick? Yes, Wendy B. The lighter, I have it right here. What the heck? I'll show it to you. This is the lighter. And you can bend it so it reaches down into the candle. And it's rechargeable. And
Does it not use fuel?
nope, it's a little electric current right
It's a
there.
USB, right?
Yep.
So it lights the candle.
Does it light paper
It would.
with that electrical current? So it's
You
not a
stick your
flame,
finger in
it's a
there and it shocks the crap out of you. I'll tell you that. And they hold a charge pretty well too. It charges by micro USB right there at the end, and it holds a charge real well. Has a little
I
light.
think we should tell people that we're not live this weekend too, right?
Yeah, we're
I got my twerking classes this weekend. I can't join.
that's yeah. So we won't be live Saturday night. I think T Marie's place is going to go live Saturday night.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
I was told by somebody else that they are going live. Somebody's going to go live.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
But I'll probably be at
Somebody
Bob's.
somewhere. Nope. Yeah. Jeff Condon, welcome in. Good to see you. 100 Acrewood. Alyssa and Neil, welcome. Howdy. Good to see you, everybody.
I missed the intro song.
Yeah. Dynamite. Yep. I've thought about using it a couple of times.
Hey Sam, what's going on? Use it, man. I mean, I don't know if you get hit, but probably.
Well, I get hit on everything. So.
Yeah, it's like.
Wait, Steve has twerking classes, says Jonathan
I
Jones.
just skipped right over it. So
Hey. Oh, Stacy put in the commercial.
There you go.
It looks pretty cool.
see.
It works great for woodwick candles, like the ones that you get from Magic Candle Company.
Whitney B said she heard it. She just ignored it. All right, I got to view a thumbnail. Let's see. What's the goofiest thing I can find?
He did do that a few weeks ago on his birthday.
Nice. How many pieces is your Lego, Chris?
This one is 596 pieces.
Gotcha.
Yep.
What is going on with this?
Steve must have found a good thumbnail.
Yeah. Sounds like him. Sounds like it.
I need Lego to come out with some new minifigs so we can bring back Guess the Minifig.
Yeah, I still need 2 of those.
I never did get all the Disney ones. I didn't come close, I don't think.
Ah, man.
Oh, Gonzo.
Yes, sir.
Um,
What up?
I need to. I just happened to think I need to talk to you off stream.
You need to what?
Talk to you off stream.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You need me to leave?
No. I may be in your neck of the woods very soon, very briefly.
Really? Okay. I guess I hang out.
Where is this piece? This is a very odd piece they want me to put.
See, Star Wars is easier for you.
I've got the throne room over here to do, Gonzo.
Yeah.
The that diorama of the Emperor's throne room. Oh, I see what we're doing. Okay.
Steve, I have a question for you.
You have a question for me?
Yeah. No, I don't.
No.
Chat. Nice
Maybe I can get Steve to twerk when I get to Disney in a couple of weeks.
Nice
Oh.
picture, Steve. Next picture.
Yeah, it was weird, wasn't it?
Yep.
That's what popped up. But I found a better one. No worries, Neil. It's not for everybody. Sometimes it's just too much for people to handle.
Stacy agrees you need lessons.
Other people said they must be paying off because they saw me doing it.
Oh man.
I gotta get this. Oh man, I can't. I won't be able to post it till we're done.
Oh my goodness.
What?
Whatever that is.
Oh, that's what I was laughing at. That's what
Yeah.
popped up.
Yeah, that's why he was laughing.
Yeah, it scared me too.
Minifig from the throne room is now available in a Lego children's book with minifig. Cool. Stacy said, or somebody had a question about the minifig. If I might have missed.
This is ridiculous.
Oh, Stacy said Lego came out with Series 25 of the minifigs, but they're regular minifigs, not Disney or Marvel. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Just the regular random minifigs. And I'll be honest, I'm not that big into collecting those.
What number are we on? I lost track. Get 250 yet? 200.
Conzo, before I forget, if you don't have anything going on Valentine's Day, you're welcome to stop by for the stroke marathon stream I'll be doing all day.
He's headbanging.
He's into it.
Get that hair flowing. I hope this comes out. Oh, it's too small. It may not work. Oh, it is going to work.
That Bills, what's our next movie?
We're taking Sunday off. There won't be a movie Sunday night.
Or 2 Sundays.
And then the next Sunday is the Super Bowl, and we won't be here for that Sunday either.
Yep.
Our next movie after that is
It's the one with Sandra Bullock in The Lost City.
The Lost City. Sandra
I believe-
Bullock, Channing Tatum.
Oh, let's see.
Wendy B says, I like the minifigs. Maybe I'll buy a bunch of the regulars and randomly throw them into the nightstand in the guest room. Guests be like, what the heck?
Just break them apart and then like put a post-it note that says "Build me," and just put the
Yeah.
pile of Lego on top of it.
Here you go. Yeah. So I haven't seen The Lost City. I'm looking forward to that one. So no stream Saturday and off 2 Sundays. Yes, that's correct.
You're not gonna stream this Saturday?
I'm not streaming this Saturday.
No.
Nathan, it's Samantha Lowe. That's the same we're talking about. Welcome in, Nathan.
Hey, Nathan. Wait, Super Bowl is next weekend. No, this weekend. No?
Yeah, this weekend he's off. We're off. I'm doing twerking.
Okay.
It just sounds so
I know.
wrong. You know, when we come back, Steve, we expect a demonstration of what all you learned.
Oh, I can show, but first I can send you this.
Okay.
Send you my thumbnail for tomorrow.
Yes, please do.
Oh, it says the thing. You guys got the picture I sent you, right?
Yeah.
It said it failed. All right, we'll try this one. That's the actual thumbnail for tomorrow.
I like that.
That's what I
pretty
do when
cool.
we don't have any
we don't know what we're doing.
we don't know what we're doing. I just put something random up. So
That's pretty cool.
it'll people will question it and go, "What are they doing?" I don't know. Okay, back to puzzle. Inseparable is the word on this banner. Donzo, you build any Lego recently, or?
I was just about to ask that too.
Yeah. I'm kind of out of everything lately. But I'll be back eventually.
Yeah.
So that can take a couple of days. No, I'm just kidding.
I appreciate that.
It's all good, man. You're doing a hell of a job, man.
Together. A. There's the S. There's the N. There's the I. It's gonna go right up there. It's the E. P. There's the no. There's the A. There's the D. The R. There's the O. Oh. What is that? It's not the P.
Pete, welcome in, Pete. Howdy,
Hello.
howdy.
Hey, Pete. What's going on?
Chris, are you going on a vacation trip? Not asking where or anything. We need to be. I will be away from the house.
He's got work to do, people.
What do you mean? You work outside of YouTube?
I do work outside of YouTube, but it's not
I didn't
work.
know that.
But yes, I will be away from home.
Oh, there it is. It says inseparable. And then let's go and fill out the last of these. That is not a, that's an E, not an L. There we go. This one. Go there. That one goes here.
Steve, have you found out if you're streaming Yeehaw Bob Thursday night?
It's Bob will be streamed on Thursday, whether it be me or Corey.
There you go.
So set your notifications for Corey and Steve so you know which.
You know, just look. You want to see Bob? Look for a stream on Thursday. Nope.
Thank you, Debbie. Did you submit this time off with us, Chris? You have to do the request 2 months in advance. So I'm sorry I cannot approve this. Well,
I signed it.
Steve signed it, and the real Snickerdoodle approved it as well.
Yeah, I signed it, both myself and Snickerdoodle.
So it's approved.
It's
It
approved.
was approved. I did go through proper channels.
Nice. That's what we like to hear.
See, here she is. She approved it.
Neck.
Cuticle, let's put some brakes on this. I hope Corey is feeling well enough to even come visit if he doesn't stream it himself.
He's getting there.
She may be, Neil. Joey may be looking for some more books. Happy's Hawk said somehow they missed getting the paperwork to me. Welcome in, Vicky Gillespie. Good to see you.
Hello. There's only 3 of these. One there, and this one. That doesn't. I can't go there. One of these is wrong. 1, 2, 3. That can't be that. Out of that. That can't be that. There we go. One there, there's one there, and there's one there. One. 2. Ooh. Go there. Yep.
Vicky.
What?
Oh, Vicky's got a concussion. Sorry,
Ooh,
Vicky.
that's not good.
Stacy said, I was reading today, it looks like Max will have Wonka streaming in the beginning of March, but there's no confirmed date. When they do confirm it, can we please add that in? Yes, that'll be added in because I have not seen it and I do want to see it.
It's very good.
We're also waiting for Oppenheimer to drop. As soon as that drops,
February 26th, something like that.
we'll be watching that.
In like 3 or 4 weeks. It kind of goes right in the middle of our romance stuff.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you got to drop it like it's hot.
Yeah, we do, but that's the thing though, is the next movie we watch is Lost City. Then it was supposed to be Princess Bride, but Oppenheimer drops in the middle of that, I think.
Yeah.
So we have decisions to make. Drop it like it's hot.
Spaceship here says Oppenheimer has romance, kinda.
Kind of.
Stacy says February 16th on Peacock for Oppenheimer.
16. Oh wow, that's actually before Lost City then.
Yeah.
Chris, we have decisions to make.
We do have. That's right after our
This one come back.
break. And the Marvels is coming up on Disney Plus in a week here too.
Oh yay!
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse dropped December. That's true, Jonathan Chong, but I can't get Steve to watch the first one, so I doubt I'm going to get him to watch the second one, even though I love those movies.
I mean, you can play them. I mean, I may not be all here when we do.
They did drop the new Ghostbusters trailer, and it looked really good.
Oh, a new one? I like.
Yes.
Oh.
The official trailer dropped.
Well, they got one official trailer out already.
Yes, this is the
a new
new
one
one that dropped yesterday.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I was gonna go watch a movie tonight, Chris.
Oh yeah.
Gonna watch. For your birthday, they give you a free large popcorn, a free large drink.
Yep.
And I was gonna go over there and watch Migration. It was the only thing that played at the right time that I wanted, and I just decided, you know what, I really don't want that anyways. There's no reason for me to go do it just for the free free drink. So I decided not to watch the movie tonight. Instead, I went to Epcot, got my where'd it go? Use the extendo stick to pick up the bag. Oh, we got my new Hey Hey magnet.
Oh, you got it. That's cool.
Yep. So annual pass holder magnet. Trash it. Yeah, I brought my new cartridge home too. I have a bottle here and a bottle at work now.
Oh, so you keep one both places?
Yeah,
You don't have to take them back and forth.
yeah, because I forget sometimes.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make sure that I just bought one so that I intentionally left it one day so that I would go buy one.
That makes sense. Gonzo, check Instagram.
Yeah.
Jonathan Chong says, also, I want a winter jacket like the new Ghostbusters. The official jacket used before modifications from the film is like $1,200 from a Canadian outdoor shop. Wow.
That's insane.
That's, yeah.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Oh,
I'll be there.
alrighty. Meanie B said, I'm so tired of remakes. I don't feel like the Ghostbusters is a remake though, because it's
I love remakes as long as they're done right.
they've brought back so much of the original cast.
Yep.
And it looks to be sort of a newer, yeah.
I love the last one. Paul Rudd.
I still have not watched the last one yet.
Well, why is that not on our list now?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I just gotta assume that if there's a movie out there, you haven't seen it, and that we need to watch it.
Yep. That I have not seen that one. Stevie K says I did enjoy that one, Steve.
It's not what I'm looking for. Not what I'm looking for. Not it. Come on. See yellow? There it is. And
All right, I'm gonna step out.
All right, bud.
I'll
Bye,
see you
bud.
around. Yeah, I'll see you Friday.
Sounds good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right.
Good to see you, Gonzo.
Yep. I'll see you soon. Be good.
All right, bud.
Bye, chat. Have a good one.
Have a good night.
Later. See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Them's good peoples.
I was about to say, like me some Gonzo. Chill, dude. You know where you stand with Gonzo.
If you don't, it's probably not good. So don't
It's
ask.
probably not good.
That was a joke. Looking for a snack, and all I see is these Mickey malt balls over here.
Oh, man.
Don't send me a text message. I'm not really looking for a snack. It was a joke.
Those things.
It's supposed to be funny because I'm going to eat Chris's snack. So,
I've only had those one time, and I got them just
you
as a
love that
last
much you
minute.
only had them one time?
I've only had them one time. I was leaving the resort, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to run in here and grab something snack on the road. And they didn't have the sour balls like I usually get, and they had those. And I thought, you know what? I'll try them. Why not? And man, they're good.
They are pretty good. Sad, not really eating them.
What?
Oops. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Indeed, it was. But that's a good thing.
Get the thumbnail up, I guess.
No, I can't.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
I gotta switch over to account. What time is it? 11:40.
11:44. Chris, you gonna put the middle finger in that hand on? Well, spaceship ears. I did think about, because you could do all three of the claws extended. I did think about doing what he does in the movie and only putting up the middle claw.
Wow, that's wrong. Inappropriate.
Sparkly Peak asks, are they better than Whoppers? I think they are, Angie, and I'll tell you why. They have thicker chocolate on them.
You have thicker chocolate, but to me, the malt's not as good.
Yeah, I don't know. The malt ones I had were awful good.
It's a matter of opinion. You're gonna have to try it yourself and make your own determination.
Wendy B said, I bought some of those stupid cream corn tasting things from Japan Pavilion last trip. I like them, and I like freaking people out here with them.
What is it?
What are those, Wendy?
Cream corn.
Yeah.
What is that? I don't. I mean, I've seen like all kinds of weird stuff in Japan.
Dream it was for a friend. I only thought it was Chris. Well, you were right, Jonathan Strong. You got them for me.
What does this go to? Oh, that's that right there.
Listen, they have some pretty good snacks in Japan Pavilion.
They do.
Me and the girl child spend a lot of time in there.
It's gotta be his tongue, right? Or the collar. And there's fingers. And they are Donald fingers. Okay.
You see clear through the smoke you created. I feel my feet on the ground and they're shaking. How am I supposed to save the situation? Why does love get
There.
wasted even when we feel
That's
Would you
on there like that.
let the worries go away?
Where's it purple over there?
Again, do it all again. Would you leave your finger marks?
Tina's song.
What is it?
So this is Tina's song.
Is it?
Sounds like a twerking song.
Wait. After buttered popcorn jelly bean, not much can scare me, says Spaceship here. I kind of like the buttered popcorn jelly beans.
I throw them away.
Sparkly Pink says, "Oh my gosh, that was and has been the worst candy I ever tried."
What was?
The buttered popcorn jelly beans.
Yeah, I don't know.
Weedy B says the Japan Pavilion sells those puffed corn things. They taste
Oh,
exactly like cream corn, though. It's a puffed cheetah type thing. Interesting.
Let the worries go away. Would you do it all again? Do it all again.
running out of room here.
Jennifer went looking for them, but they sold out.
Come on.
Hey, they have Pocky. Pocky's
They
pretty
do.
cheap
They got a lot of
compared to. They do.
What is this thing?
I'll tell you the other jelly bean that I like, the Dr. Pepper flavored jelly. Oh, look, Sparkly Pink just put in the Dr. Pepper flavored jelly beans are amazing. Yeah. I do like those. I used to, when I'd go to Dirty Myrtle, there was a candy store that, a Jelly Belly store actually. And I'd go in there and you could fill your bag with whatever flavors you wanted.
Dirty Myrtle.
And, yeah, I would fill it up with a bunch of Dr. Pepper. And,
I've been beaten to the ground, dragged across the dirt. I've been scared to live
oh,
with
let's
some
see.
people never learn. But they're not gonna watch me burn. 'Cause baby, I got you. It's a new
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay. So I'm wrong. So Pete's going live Saturday. I was wrong. I was told wrong. I found the clean side of Myrtle. Well, good for you, Wendy B. I do too. I stay on the south side. Not afraid. Myrtle Beach.
Why do they call it Dirty Myrtle?
I don't know. That's just what we call it.
No, because you're jealous.
If you go to the wrong side,
I'm just giving you a hard time.
These are chromy, shiny pieces. Wow.
Chromy shiny pieces. You heard it here first.
Shiny. Also, it's printed on. I don't have to apply a sticker. Yay for that. The best jelly beans are made by Just Born, the company that makes Peeps and Mike and Ike's. Really? Never tried those. Do like Peeps.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't tried all the crazy flavors of Peeps, but do like Peeps.
Mm-hmm. Where does that go to?
I used to like Peeps. Those are not part of the Get Fit challenge, I don't think.
No, they're not.
Marshmallows coated in sugar probably are not good for you.
Negative. Why is not sleeping catching up to me?
I don't know. Do we need to call it?
No. Just want to know why it's catching up to me, that's all. Come on. I can't allow that to happen. There we go. All right. All right.
Life goes up and it goes down. I know my mom taught me that. I figured why we fool around. So little, keep track of time. Being so serious, idiots. Thinking it will matter, keep me company downtown. Before the clock runs out. Sun is shining, but the rain is welcome.
Is this the one where she wakes up?
Yes. Yes.
Or not gonna wake up?
I don't want to wake up. A lot of books. Seems like every time you think the part was not included, that's when you find it.
Yep. We know it's rare.
Yep.
All things must pass, but I'm not gonna wake up, wake up. I'm not ready, let me have another day. Don't wake up, wake up. Keep it
sharp, angly pieces.
What?
Find 2 sharp, angly pieces.
My hair is getting longer, Chris.
It is.
Yeah.
You haven't decided to cut it off yet?
No. Just let it grow.
Proud of you.
It's a garden. I'm going to let it grow.
I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
Sticking by with it. Sticking with it.
Some people just don't get it.
Let's see.
I'm usually one of those people.
That's a Jeff question. I've got peeps. I'm not going to. Wait, missing stuff in chat again.
You know, that's what happens on a chill stream.
Alyssa Neal says, Steve, you're looking like the 5th Beatle.
That I'll take as a compliment. I don't care if it was meant as one.
Yeah.
It is now.
Pete said he wondered how many peeps somebody could eat in 5 minutes.
Oh,
5 minutes is a long time.
I can eat a lot of peeps.
Yeah.
I love those things. Oops. Oops. I didn't go in any of those spots, do you? There's a hidden Mickey. It's not so hidden, but it's there.
Just not so hidden.
Man, this fan blowing right on me sitting at this angle is just like messing with my nose. Yeah, y'all. I think I'm going to start my new rapping career, Chris, soon. We've talked about this.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. It's almost time to launch.
Did you decide to go with the moniker Pink Britches, or what did you?
No, that's still up in the air. I went through the focus groups. Vanilla did not test well, so we're gonna have to come up with something else.
Pete says I could take Steve in peep eating, but I would probably have to sacrifice another body part with sugar level intake.
True. I can shove a lot of peeps in my mouth at one time.
Sparkly Pink says peep eatings, that sounds like something naughty. Snickerdoodle is working on cleaning and packing, and she says, I so wished I could magically have all this mess purged and organized. All you need is 3 fairies. Or Fauna and Mirror with it.
Yep, that'll work. What else you got interesting, Chris?
Oh, no. I have been trying to think of other movies we could go with because we don't have anything planned past.
Oh, dude, I got a million of them on the list. We just got to figure out which ones we want to do.
Yeah.
I mean, we got Oppenheimer. We got to watch. We got Lost City and The Princess Bride.
Right.
We've got. What's the one we? We can't watch Friends with Benefits anymore because it's not available.
Not there.
I guess that does change that outlook.
I would like to kind of watch Ghostbusters at some point if.
Yeah, of course.
The other one coming out.
Well, yeah, the other one. When's the new one come out? March.
I think so.
We need to watch it right before the other one comes out. We need to be strategic, sir.
Yeah.
A little bit of strategery.
Or Genie would help. Beanie B says I'm gonna have to get a laptop. Uh-oh.
Why? That's dangerous. But I agree, you should. Okay. Oh, that does work.
The Princess Bride is one that I wanted to. I had that one. We do have that one slated for
2 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
Well, 2 weeks after you get back.
Right.
After we come back. We're off for 2 weeks. I'm going to be a twerking fool by the time that's done. Maybe that should be my new rap name. Twerking fool.
Twerk World.
I'm just in One Piece. I can't find it. What's that piece? There it is. Found it. I should go ahead and put that piece in too, since it's right there. Is that not it? Ooh, it's very close. It's gotta be it. Oh, they're all the same. Get rid of that. Okay, what else is going on?
So Steve is a twerking rapper. Where can I sign up to see this? Says Nicole.
I mean, I need somebody who is my test audience. I need a hype girl. Somebody to pump up. I mean, it's not necessary, but somebody to pump up the crowd a little bit.
Yeah.
What are you laughing at?
You just trying to word it the best way possible.
I've been hanging on, counting days, thinking it was me all along. Had a million conversations in my head about where it went wrong. And I got no idea where you've been, who you are, not anymore.
You take the world by storm, Chris.
All I got is this Polaroid picture of us from June
I won't
Yeah.
forget. I won't forget all the little people who helped me get there when I get there, though.
Oh, you're so awesome.
I know. Part of my modesty. Where does that go? Almost looks like it goes right there. It does. And that looks like it goes right into it. It does.
This goes.
What?
There's a thumb. We have a thumb.
Woo! We got a thumb. What? Holla, y'all.
Nicole said, "I'll take on the job." LOL.
I know she will.
Minnie B said, "I know a little pack of dynamite hype girl."
She would do a great job of it.
See. Debbie says, "I need a new monitor and I need a new desk. This little table is not cutting it anymore. My problem is I need someone to put the desk together for me. My hands can't handle it anymore." I think you can order that from some places too.
What?
Maybe like Walmart. I think I saw where Walmart maybe assembles or something. Sure. Can you and Steve come up with a list of movies you both have seen and do a poll to see if the chat has seen them or not? I really liked us watching one you both saw, but a lot of us didn't. That's a good idea, Stacy.
Sure, we can figure that out. Come on. You 1 o'clock yet, Chris?
No, but we can call it, buddy.
No, I'm good. I just want to know if it's. I can't go past 1. Time is it?
12:09.
Oh, we got. Unless you're wanting to get out of here.
Oh, I'm good.
I'm a big boy. When I'm ready to go, I'll just say bye, Chris.
Okay.
I'm going to try to finish this puzzle real quick. Here it is. I knew there was a piece I was missing. And I'm missing you too. Where are you at? There's a big white chunk. There it is. And then oh, where's that piece at? I hate cleaning the parts off.
Yeah.
Pieces. Let's do it this way. That one down first. Put you on top of it. There we go.
B says Schmoopsy is in Chicagoland, so I'm a captive audience tonight. Well, we're glad to have you, Wendy.
Did he have a happy birthday?
Jonathan Chong says also like seeing first time reactions from Chris who hasn't seen famous movie. That's
Yeah, those are fun for me.
uh
Haven't met a stranger in a long, long time. Haven't kissed one either, but now's the time. All our friends hanging out in the pool. Perfect body sweating, making moves. Passing out in the late
I
afternoon.
didn't have the one. What is it?
Lazy Sunday party, baby, ooh. All our friends hanging out in the pool. Perfect body sweating, making moves. Passing out in the late afternoon. Lazy Sunday
Mickey Mouse, where your head at? Does it go in there? Sure does. There's your eyes, Mickey. There's your nose, Mickey.
You're sleeping with someone new.
And there's the other piece that connects it all together.
have you watched any of the Percy Jackson series? I'm really enjoying it way better than the movie. I haven't watched the series, Stacy. I did watch the first, maybe second movie, but I haven't watched any of the series.
I watched the series. It is very good, although I really enjoy the movie that a lot of people don't like. So I don't know. I like it. They're both very good.
The girl child read the book. She was adamant that the movie didn't stick to the books, but she still enjoyed the movies.
See, that doesn't bother me. I could care less about that. And that is a big point for a lot of people. Not for me though. Get enough of them together. We should take another snapshot. Who was Logan Lerman? Was the Percy Jackson of the movie, right?
Yes, I believe
So
so.
I think he's a better actor than the one they got, but the one they got is just too young.
Yeah.
But they can grow from him for sure because he's got some time. Whereas
Yeah.
Logan came in late and
Yeah, if I remember correctly, the in the book he is much younger than what he was portrayed in the movie.
yeah.
I can hear my own heart breaking. Do you hear the sound of my heart breaking over you? I'm not gonna be nice. I'll be the witch you tell your friends about. I'm the crazy ex-girl you pretend you don't know. I could ruin your
I thought the movie was good, says I'll be Rebecca. I enjoyed the movies. Yeah.
Well, I don't care if he's the correct age. I just
Yeah.
don't think he's as good of an actor yet. He's not mature enough. but he will.
Space Shaper says, I'm sick of live action remakes, but I wouldn't say no to a Black Cauldron remake.
I don't know. I love all that stuff.
I've never seen the Black Cauldron.
Oh, it's the first one they showed blood in.
Yeah.
You should watch it. We should watch it.
I think she started watching the new series, Stacy. I think she watched a few episodes of it and liked it. She hadn't watched all of it.
You talking about the Percy Jackson thing again?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah. She was too wrapped up in K-pop videos, but I think she did start it.
K-pop. You don't go there. Where do you go? You go right. Oh, that's Goofy shoulder. That's better. Come over here. Oh, come on. I just took a picture. This puzzle is complete.
Look at you go.
Yeah, I guess.
Does that mean it's glue in time?
I mean, could. Or I can save it for the next time. Or we can just do it now. Ow! I just kicked my toe. That hurt.
Oh no.
Front glue.
Oh, we gotta play the intro.
It's your intro.
Yeah, but it's still the intro.
You all gallivant with your fancy foosball friends at school while I'm sitting here all day with nobody to keep me company except Steve?
So here's something interesting about my glue. Like, I have different bottles for the front and the back of my puzzles.
And it's front glue time right now.
Front glue.
And I filled this one a little over full because I didn't realize there was still that much left in the refill bottle. Oh wait, I need the right there. Let's get this. Put it on here. All right. Oops.
The boy child went somewhere the other day, Steve,
Yeah,
and I've been craving it ever since he went.
White Castle.
No, not
Oh.
White Castle. One of his buddies had a birthday, and he went with his family. They went to one of those hibachi places. The one that's here is called
Kobe?
no, it's
I'm out.
the name just left me. It's like Tapanetto there, where they grill it in front of you.
Yeah. I know what
It's
you're
called Kanpai here, Kanpai of Tokyo.
Yeah.
But they fix it on the grill there in front of you and do the fried rice and the whole little.
Yeah.
I have been craving that ever since he talked about going there the other day.
It's good stuff, man.
I haven't been to one of those in a long time.
Oh, I love those things. Corey and I did one on the boat a couple months ago. Very good.
Yeah. What's great about those places is you usually end up with like taking half your meal home.
Yeah, well, they always insist you eat a bunch of stuff, and I don't want half of it. Like the eggs and the rice and all that, but I like rice. I just don't like egg in the rice.
Oh, I do.
I did find this out though.
Yeah.
Tell them you're allergic to eggs, they won't put it in.
Oh. I like it the way they do it.
I don't like the eggs at all.
I say no to the mushrooms. You can give somebody else my mushrooms, but I'll take extra rice.
Oh, I love the rice. So when I told them I asked for no egg the last time, they made the rice for me. Excellent. They just don't do eggs. One of those weird things. Time to fill up that blue.
Judah says, "Oh, I love Tapanetto. I've never eaten at Tapanetto. That's what I want to do. I like it when they throw food at my face," says Wendy B.
See, I'm not into that. Throw it at somebody else. I don't care.
Jonathan Jog says, "We have an all-you-can-eat version at my city. That's dangerous."
Very well. I mean, to be fair, we pretty much get an all-you-can-eat version.
Yeah.
It's just we don't want no more.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misread that. Wendy said, "I'd like it if they don't throw food at my face."
Yeah.
Berkeley Peak says, "Exactly, Wendy B. Nobody likes shrimp in their cleavage." Space Beer says, "Tapanetto is fun. Basically a Benihana, but fun." Never been to Benihana either. Don't have one of those here.
I like their jokes. They're not very good, but they're fun.
Yeah.
Okay. That's it. That's all I got. Put you back here in the corner. Yeah. Put you over here. Oh, don't get on that. There you go. What's in there? Ah, I got a cramp. Oh, that hurts. We're good. Got it back. We're good.
Okay.
I think so. Do what?
Finishing up the fingers.
Okay.
You're
What?
just about done.
Sounds like a lie. With the whole thing or just a step?
With the whole thing.
Oh.
Silvers.
Just need the hair to grow out like another 2 inches, then I can do things with it. I'm gonna have a man bun, I'm gonna have a ponytail, I'm gonna have it all. Man bun's gonna be the best.
I for some reason I don't know that I agree with that, Steve.
I'm gonna do curtains where you spread them like this, you spread them up to either side. Nope, not gonna happen, Steve. Okay, I've eaten an egg on stream to prove it. I can't do that. Just say I lose. I lose that challenge. Enjoy my hair while I have it. I'm trying. I got a buddy at work that he hasn't cut his hair in a while either, and we said, you know what? I'm not cutting mine until you cut yours. And he said the same thing. So
Oh wow.
who gives in first?
It's a standoff.
He's probably gonna have a wedding to go to before me. So we'll see how it goes. I've definitely dyed my hair in the past. I have no problem doing it again. It was blonde numerous times. I had blonde hair for 5 years.
The I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say it. The boy child said the other day that he had a momentary thought of getting an ear pierced.
Oh,
And I told him that thought needed to stay in the same area as getting frosted tips and growing a rat tail.
my ears are pierced 4 times.
Really?
Yeah. This one's done once, and this one's done 3 times.
I just don't think he could pull it off.
I can't see. I'm blinded by this concrete. And I should call you, see what you've been up to. I've been wondering how far did you go?
I used to have the big studded earrings too, the big, huge, fake diamond looking ones.
Oh, really?
Let me see if I can find the picture real quick. Oh, we don't want to do that. Go back over there. All right. Oops, where we go? Don't have earrings. Huh. That one I'm not wearing a shirt in, so I'm not showing that one. Be inappropriate for stream. Well, there's one with my ears.
There you go.
All right, you done.
Oh, that's right.
Here is this. Oh, I'm going to kill your music real quick. Sorry.
That's all right.
There it is. So this one's done. It's actually done twice down here now, or this is an early one.
Yeah.
Done twice here and once up here, and then the other one's just that one on the other side.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. And then on my OnlyFans page, You show the ones without my shirt. Used to be in pretty incredible shape.
Look at you go.
Now I'm not so much. I got to get back.
Go here.
Looking for one that has all the earrings in it. That one just makes me look like a jerk. I'm not you. There's my mohawk. I used to have a mohawk.
Did you really?
Yeah. It wasn't not a big tall one. Just
Not a big tall one.
Like the mid-size one.
Did you have to use Elmer's glue to keep it in shape?
No. What? That might be my next look. That might be what I go for.
No.
Yeah, I had a mohawk.
Mm-hmm. Little Stevie.
Uh-huh.
Well, music's over.
Yeah. Oops.
I think that means the stream's done.
Yeah. Oh, there's where I just had a mustache. Don't ever do that again.
Oh, I think we need to see that one.
No. I mean, it's not bad, but it's just like I was in high school. So
Oh. Yeah.
I mean, it's blurry, but I'll show it to you. We'll leave you with this, folks.
Even the fish gave up. They did. They all disappeared.
There it is.
There it is.
So
That guy owns a van.
back in high school, that's what you did. You had mustaches.
That's
How
true.
you asserted your dominance over the rest of the males in the
This
school.
guy currently owns a van.
I don't own a van.
No, I do.
Oh.
Oh. Well, I hope everybody had a good night. Hope you enjoyed the book. Thank you to Gonzo for stopping in for a little while. And tomorrow you've got maybe T. Marie's place at 5. You'll have Joy tomorrow night at 8 o'clock and This and That at 9 o'clock. With a thumbnail that is going to make you laugh in just a minute when it gets posted. And hope everybody has a good night and a good Wednesday. Thanks for hanging out. Love you all. We'll see you back sometime soon. Not sure when. But take care. And I'll see you in the chats if nothing else. And love you. Have a good night, everybody. Bye. Toodles.
Yeah.